This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning, all. I hope all are able to hear me and all are able to see my screen. So we are in Power BI service sessions, and as part of Power BI service sessions, so far like around four classes are completed, and all the videos are uploaded, and all the videos are available in a YouTube channel also. So what we covered during that four sessions are we understand how to configure a Power BI service account and what is a workspace, how to publish a report. When we publish a report, what are the different files that we are going to get? What are the different options associated with a data set? What are the different options associated with a report? What is a dashboard? What are the different options associated with a dashboard? How to share a report and a dashboard? What is an app? What are the different types of roles at a Power BI service? What is a gateway? What are the different types of gateway? What is a scheduled refresh and how to configure that? These things we covered so far, and it is around 85 to 90% of what we have in Power BI service. In order to close that remaining 15% of Power BI service, whatever we have, like we are going to cover today and tomorrow. So before we start cleaning the things from top to bottom, there are two small important topics that we are not configured and as part of our previous session. One is subscription. The second one is alert. Alert. So these are the two things that we are not covered. First, we are going to cover that. Then after, we'll start understanding about that remaining windows. Okay. So first, let me go to one of the report that we published. It can be a gateway demo, and here, like there is a concept called subscribe to the report. There is a concept called subscriptions. A subscription is nothing but we are going to get notified through a mail. So what does it mean is in the company we have a senior managers or delivery managers, product owners, CIOs, CFOs, CXOs. Many people will be there who is managing a many projects, many people, many products. They don't want to come here to Power BI and open a Power BI, go to workspace, go to a report and check the report. They don't want to do that one. What they will expect is they will expect us to send a mail to them, or they expect a mail to come to their inbox at evening 7 p.m., morning 7 a.m., morning 5 a.m. At a respective time. They wanted to get a mail so that they will browse that mail whenever they are free. Okay, so they don't want to navigate to a different window for that. So to do that, in Power BI, we have a feature that is a subscription. A subscription, here you have create a subscription. So if you want to configure a subscription for a report, you have a subscribe report option. You just click on that. Whenever you click on that, it is going to showcase the list of subscriptions that are already configured. As of now, no subscription is configured. So now create a subscription. Whenever you create a subscription, it is asking for a standard or a dynamic per receipt. So we have been using standard subscription from a long time, dynamic receipt subscription, like we introduced the recent time, last 6 months or some time. It was not there from a years. Only standard one has been there from a long time. You just need to click on standard. Whenever you click on standard, you can give a name to the subscription, like a subscription one I mentioned. To whom you want to send a mail, you can provide that list of email IDs to whom you wanted to generate a mail. Attach full report. You wanted to attach a PDF copy or a PPT, you can select it. Let's assume you are coming from SSRS background and you wanted to send this as Excel as an attachment. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Okay, subscriptions are available across all the reporting tools. There you have a Word as an attachment, Excel as attachment, XML as attachment, HTML as attachment. You have a different options are there. Here you have like PDF and PPT only as an attachment, and send to like mail, OneDrive, SharePoint. So you can send this like a file or like this file. You wanted to send it over a mail, or you wanted to save it as part of SharePoint or OneDrive. You can select that. If it is a mail, we already provide a mails. If it is a OneDrive, you need to select that drive. If it is a SharePoint, you need to provide that address where you want to save it. Okay, so that is what send to refers. And a schedule from when you wanted to start till when you wanted to send. You wanted to repeat a daily, hourly, weekly, or a monthly, you can specify it. So you can specify I want to send it daily at every day morning at 10:45 a.m. on a India time zone. You can specify. Preview summary. So drafting summary for so like what it is copilot it is giving the we'll see this one later. So then after, what you can do is send to everything is done. Now here you have an option. As you are sending that one over a mail, by default it was disabled, and whenever you enable this one, you got these options. What is the mail body, mail subject? It is a subscription for a first report. I'm saying you can mention a mail body. In the report you can have more than one page. So what page you want to configure it as a subscription? For this report I have only one page. That was the reason page one. Permission to view the report in Power BI. Permission to view the report in Power BI, which means you are going to send a mail with an attachment, and a mail contains a body as a screenshot. If I get a mail with attachment and body as a screen, if I want to view that one in a Power BI, you want to allow the user to see the report, you want to provide a link in that mail body, you can specify. Report to page preview, you wanted to give that screenshot in the body, you can specify. Then after, click on save. This is how we are going to create a subscription. Once the subscription is created, if you want to disable it, you can disable it, so that at a respective time it is not going to send a subscription. Similarly, if you want to delete it, you can delete it. If you want to modify the schedule or add the people, yes, you can do that. Or if you want to test it right now, how it is going to appear, just click on a send. So whenever you click on a send, a mail will be generated. It is sent to the users. I added my username there, so I will get a mail here. We will get it. We will wait for it 2 minutes. Meanwhile, we will continue. So that is all about the subscription that you can configure at a report level, or you can configure at a dashboard level also. Both the areas, the same concept will be there. A subscription is nothing but we are going to get a mail. Subscribe to this dashboard. Whenever you click on it, create a subscription, the same options will be there. Okay. So that is all about a subscription. The second one is alert. Alert. An alert is nothing but, okay, so before going further, I got this mail related to subscription. Observe that what we had. So first mail body, mail header, subscription for a first report, whatever I provided. Mail body, which is nothing but ABC that I mentioned. I selected Copilot, so it is giving some description and description in the mail, and I got that PDF as an attachment. Uh, I got the PDF as an attachment, and I can see that screenshot, and I provided the report link here. So you want to give a report link here or not? You want to give a screenshot or not? You have the options. You can disable it, or you just want only PDF as an attachment. This is how every day on a given time I'm going to get a mail. So users can just open this one and they can see the report. If they're still interested to see the report, click on here. It will be redirected to that report. So you can log in and you can verify that report. That is all about this one, like subscription. The next one is alert. Alert is nothing but, so most of the people they are not aware of this one, and when we ask about what is alert in interview, they will tell that we are going to get a mail whenever data set refresh fail. They'll say something. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I created a one art visualization, and I'm creating one pie chart also. Okay. So I'm saving this report. Once I save the report, once I save the report, then after I'm going to the reading view. I'm adding this one to a dashboard, to that existing dashboard. This one to that existing dashboard, and then after go to the dashboard. Now you know what is dashboard, what is going to happen at dashboard. Now observe there are some options which are available here. Chart in tips, copy this visual, go to report, open focus mode, manage alerts. Manage alerts is one of the options that we have. But if you go to pie chart, you don't have a manage alerts. Manage alert is nothing but at this point of time my count of books are 4. Whenever my count of books becomes 10, I want to get a notification. So at this point of time, my count of books are 4. Whenever it reaches to 10, I want to get a notification. In that scenario, whenever I get a 10, I want to get to know, do I need to wait in front of this report till it become 10? No. What we can do is we can configure an alert here. Manage alert. Add alert rule. You can make that as active. You can mention that above the threshold is 10. Above or below, you have two options are there. This is the name that you can provide to your alert, and you can specify a condition above or below. Whenever it reaches above 10, you can mention at most once an hour. For every 1 hour, you can get a notification, or at most every 24 hours, you can specify and send me a mail too. So, whenever you save and close, automatically, whenever it becomes a 10, you will get notified over a mail. You will get notified over a mail. So, that is what an alert. So, whenever you have a sales dashboard, daily sales numbers will be there, daily customer number will be there, daily transaction numbers will be there. I want to get a notification whenever the sales amount becomes 10 lakh, whenever it becomes 1 crore, whenever the number of customers more than 1000. I want to get a notification. At that time, you have this option called manage alerts that can be configured only for card visualization, that cannot be configured for any other visualization. Okay, so this is the point for alert. Alert is nothing but giving a condition at a card visual level, giving a condition at a card visual level, and it is going to validate for each and every time whenever the data set is refreshed, and you are going to get notified whenever it reaches that condition. And when, as we are discussing about this dashboard, I want to add one more point here. So whenever they ask you about a dashboard, you are going to explain what is dashboard. Dashboard is nothing but adding a visual from one or more pages from the report. So they will ask you, what are all the different visuals that you can add? We can add all the visuals except a slicer. They are over smart fellows. They will ask the question, can I add a slicer? No, you cannot add a slicer, but you can add all the other visuals. Okay, I just want to update that one. Except a slicer, everything can be added at dashboard level. So this is all about what is a subscription, what is an alert. the next one is the next one is now, here whenever you click on a home tab, like home tab we observed last time, home is a summary across all your workspaces. This home is going to contain a search which is going to search across all the workspaces, and then after it is going to showcase the information related to different locations are available here, which means it is from different workspaces. Favorites is nothing but the list of reports or dashboards or apps which you made it as a favorite that will be available. Apps are nothing but the list of apps that you created. It is not you created, the list of apps that you downloaded will be available here. You might already know about what is an app, what do you mean by a download. Okay, so that is all about the home section that you have. Then after, under home we observed next create. Whenever you click on create, it is asking you to create a report, build your first report, add and prepare your data, generate a pre-made report, customize to suit your needs. It is saying a create is a screen which will allow you to create your report without using a Power BI desktop. So here you have some options are there. Add your Excel data, add your CSV data, or enter your manual data. These are the three different options which will allow you to load your data into Power BI. And pick a published semantic model is nothing but you can access the semantic model or data set which you published in any one of the workspace and you can create your own report. Like as of now, we are under a test DNA workspace. That was the reason it is showing here. Okay. So now, like Excel preview or CSV preview is nothing but like whenever you have Excel source. So నేను ముందే చెప్తున్నా లైక్ ఈ క్లాస్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ పెద్ద వాల్యూ కాదు వాట్ ఎవర్ వీ కవర్ లాస్ట్ 3 or 4 సెషన్ దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దెన్ సఫిషియంట్ అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇవేంటంటే ఇవి కవర్ చేయకపోతే కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఉండదు కాబట్టి ఇవన్నీ కవర్ చేస్తాం నో వన్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ఆస్క్ యూ టు డూ దిస్ వన్ సో ఐఎమ్ క్రియేటింగ్ వన్ ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ ఐఎమ్ మెన్షనింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ XLDB desktop. I saved this file. Let's go to Power BI. Click on Excel and it is asking you to upload a file. Browse a file. Now XLDB. XLDB connection name machine gateway. Okay, click on next. You can observe that whatever the sheet that we have here that is available here. And you can see the data. Click on create. And whenever you click on create, so it is saying that please check the technical details of like whatever. Anyways, it has some issue with respect to gateway. What I will do is I will enter the data manually. We need to configure a gateway for the first two. That was the reason. You can observe that now a Power BI report is getting loaded. So you are able to see ID and a value whatever we selected that is came here. And now you can Click on edit, and you can use your columns, and you can create your own report. Okay, so this is the data that you have. So that is how you can upload your data and you can create your report. That is what create. So I used this option, and pick a published semantic model means you can use that, and you can select an option auto create. So by default it is going to get created, then after we can customize it. Okay, so with the available data it created a report. Then after you can click on edit and you can continue. You can create and you can continue. And that is all about a creator. Okay, you can create a report with by using existing semantic model or by uploading this data. And notebook and a lake house, these are the components of a Microsoft Fabric. You no need to worry at all. Then after browse, browse is nothing but it is going to showcase the list of files that you have. One is recent, is nothing but recently accessed reports, dashboards, apps will be displayed, and workspaces also. A favorite is nothing but the list of reports or dashboard that you made as a favorite will be displayed. Shared with me is nothing but the list of reports or dashboards which are shared with you, that will be displayed here. And that is all about a browse, where you can filter or where you can search whatever that like a type that you want, based on the owner, based on the time you can select it. Okay, then after workspaces, you already know a workspace is nothing but a folder. You can create any number of workspaces. By default you are going to get my workspace. There you can create your reports and you can publish also. That is all about a workspaces. And once you select a workspace, like whatever here we have, these are whatever we loaded. Okay, so we are done with the create, and we are done with the browse. Then after lake house, as I mentioned, a lake house is so one lake is nothing but it is related to Microsoft Fabric. On a high level it is going to showcase all the data sets here. Okay, and apps is nothing but the list of apps that we published will be available here. And the metrics, we are going to cover this one later tomorrow. Monitor is nothing but this is the place where you can monitor all the data sets refresh here. So here you can observe that activity name, status, item type, and start time, submitted by location. It is in the top, it is giving a view and a track status of activities across the workspaces for which you have a permission within the Microsoft Fabric. So it is saying that like you can monitor everything here, all that, like you can observe that all item types are semantic model. So when it was started refresh, what is the workspace, what is the status it is showing, you can monitor from here, so that you no need to like manually go and check n number of workspaces, n number of reports like data sets. Then after workspaces I already mentioned. Then after my workspace, like workspaces, then after my workspace, and untitled scorecard is nothing but a scorecard we are going to cover. Then after here you have like deployment pipelines and real-time intelligence. Like deployment pipelines we are going to see tomorrow on a high level, but these are related to like Microsoft Fabric, we are not going to cover. Okay, so then after here you have a Power BI. Under a Microsoft Fabric, you have these many number of components are there: data warehouse, data science, data engineering, real-time intelligence, industry solutions, data factory, Power BI. whatever the account that I am using that is related to Microsoft Fabric, that was the reason it is showing, so you can ignore that. Which means a Fabric is one of the new software from a Microsoft, which will allow you to work from a single place multiple solutions. You can work here, here only with the data factory, here only data warehousing, everything from single site you can work. That is all about that one. So then after, so once you enter into one of the workspace, you can create a dashboard, or you can create a report, or you can create a data pipeline, or you can create a data flow. So all these things, you have many things are available here. So from like you can select whatever you want to create and you can continue further. So what I wanted to show here is I want to show you how to create a data flow, or what is a data flow here. So we already covered Power Query as part of Power BI desktop, right? Like paint. So what we done is in Power BI desktop we added a data source. We loaded in Power BI. We performed some transformations and we released that one to Power Pivot. Here Power Query. Here we create a visualizations. We called everything this has data set, data set. But so whenever you publish it, this all together you are going to get, that is a data set. But if you want to use only this as a separate copy, and if you want to reuse this one at a different areas, that can be done only in Power BI service. Okay, so instead of doing this one at a Power BI desktop level, you can do this one at a Power BI service level, and we are going to call this as data flow. This all together we are going to call it as data set. In the interview, people will ask what is a data flow, what is a data set, what is the difference between a data set and data flow. So data set, I don't need to explain anything. We already covered much. Okay. But data flow, how to create, I'm going to cover now. So if you want to create a data flow, click on a new and search by a type data flow. You have multiple options available here. So I'm selecting one of the data flow. So clean data flow Gen 2 I selected. So whenever I select a data flow is nothing but Power Query only. Okay. So that was the reason before I start a Power Query, I explained you people. If you know data flow, if you know Power Query, that will help you to learn SQL, that will help you to learn ADF, that will help you to learn data flows. I mentioned multiple things there. So now observe here, What I selected to create a data flow only. But when I selected data flow, what it came? Power query it came. And from here, you just need to select what is the source. You can specify that server name. Like I'm selecting SQL server because I already configured a gateway yesterday for that. So whenever I select a server name, okay, Power BI service. Whenever I select a server name, Control C, server name, database name. Observe that already yesterday we configured one connection SQLDB. It came. Click on next. You can observe that in the database we have only one table. Okay, now click on create. So you can observe that in Power Query, I loaded a data from SQL Server and data is getting loaded here. And once the data is loaded, you can perform all your Power Query transformations here. Let it load. Let it load. Okay, the data is loaded, and if you want to perform any transformations, however we perform the transformation there, we can do that one. I filtered two rows, I added one index column. Like that you can do your transformations, and then after you can click on publish. Whenever you publish that one, filter for a data flow, observe that data flow one is getting created. I filtered for data flow, only one is there, and you can once that is getting refreshed, let it load. Let it load, let it refresh. So that is how we are going to create a data flow. Technically, we are calling it as a data flow, but that is a Power Query only, where we created in Power BI service we created. Now go to Power BI desktop. Go to Power BI desktop, and we can access whatever we created in Power BI service in a Power BI desktop. Now I'm taking a blank report, and here get data. Cancel. Let me click on cancel first. Okay, so now get data. You have a data flows, and data flows. It is now asking me to sign in. I'm signing in, signing in, and click on connect. And you can observe that workspaces. You can select it. This is the workspace, and this is the data flow name. So generally a table will be available here, because that is still getting created. It is not available there yet. Let it load first. Okay, it got created and it is getting refreshed. Now cancel data flows, workflows, workspaces, test DNA. We'll wait. Okay, so it got refreshed also. Check that. Mm, okay, so data flows. I'm just selecting this one. Click on continue. Test DNA. You can see the table that we created. Click on load. Click on load. So for this report, now I am loading the data from data flow that we created. So the same data flow, we can use it for a multiple reports as a data source also, which means whatever the part, this highlighted part we created in Power BI service, we created as a separate copy and we can access it as part of a multiple reports. So you no need to perform these transformations in each and every report. That is what the purpose of a data flow. Okay. So now username is 123 connect data flow organizational save. Okay, so data flow got loaded and you can observe that index column and the two filtered book names are available here. So this is all about a data flow. I'm stopping here. We'll continue from here in next session. As I mentioned, in next two sessions also, the remaining, like next, I don't think so it will take next two sessions, but whatever the remaining 1 or 2 days we'll cover Power BI service and we'll close it, and we'll close the remaining part of visualizations also. That's all from my end today. We'll continue tomorrow at the same time. We'll connect tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a good day.